Cyber Ninja Online, guys, welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is chapter 15. When we last left off, we started this mission here. It should have been a simple in and out. It wasn't quite that simple. I didn't have the etiquette to get past the guard correctly. Well, not correctly, but passively. And then when we went upstairs, all hell kind of broke loose. The team had been... there was high tension within the team the entire time, and that kind of erupted when we got into the apartment that we were supposed to. Furthermore, though, when we went into that apartment, the guy who lives in that apartment, ironically enough, came running in, and it was a shit show. Anyways, let's get out of here, because we are done here. Mission accomplished. Fucking finally. Call your handler and tell him that the job is done, and be quick about it. I need to be on the next train out of here. For once, he and I are in agreement. I can't put this place behind me quickly enough. All I want to do is go home, hug my cat, and forget that tonight ever happened. We enter the comm code that Luca Dwyer gave you. You punch Luca Dwyer's comm code into your PDA. A few seconds later, you hear the telltale click of a successful connection. Dwyer's voice pours out of your PDA speakers. Cyber Ninja, the job is done, I trust. Yes, everything has been completed to your specifications. Very good. Now, if you please, give me a status update on the members of your team. The elf from Tir Terranger turned on us. We had to put him down, but Jana and James are both alive and well. He clucks his tongue softly. Interesting. That the elf is dead was expected. He was a dangerous and unreasonable person. Disgruntled, you might say, after years of service in our employ. Yeah, it kind of seemed like it. His betrayal of you was inevitable. Thankfully, with his death, we have gained valuable insight into your character. James' continued survival, on the other hand, was not expected. You're a patient man, Cyber Ninja. Dwyer smiles. This has been most informative. I had a fucking feeling that the test wasn't really about the mission more as it was about the team. You could just tell, because we had a team member who didn't even speak any common language with us. Like, you know, that raises a bar. Raises suspicion. Raises a brow is what I was going to say. James' posture stiffens, but he says nothing. You can see a dawning awareness behind his eyes, though. Slowly, the color begins to drain from his face. Now, let us see how adequately you completed the task that I set before you. Enter the following code into your PDA, if you please. 5256719. We punch it into our PDA. You type in the code as instructed, and your PDA's screen cuts to static. A moment later, a familiar image materializes on the screen, the penthouse room that you bugged. It appears to be a live feed from the cameras that you planted. You're sure that this room is secure? You've done a full sweep. Absolutely, sir. We've run multiple sweeps with a complete sensor package, and we brought in a mage to search for signs of astral tempering. It all checks out clean. You're completely safe in here. He let out a heavy sigh. Thank God. Call downstairs and let my wife and kid know that it's safe to come up. Will do, sir. Is there anything else that I can do for you tonight? No. Thank you. That will be all. You have a good... Suddenly, the air in the room seems to ignite. There's a blinding flash, and your PDA screen cuts to static. And that was what we put into the thing. It was a bomb. So he just wanted to make sure that the job was going to happen. And that takes care of that. Please return to the Cruise Bazaar. The remainder of your post-run interview will conclude upon your arrival. Hang on, what the hell was that? He raises an eyebrow. What did it feel like? An explosion, of course. Yeah, it was an assassination. This run wasn't a surveillance operation, it was an assassination. It was both, and both tasks were carried out to the letter. You should be pleased, Cyber Ninja. The run was a resounding success. Another satisfied customer. When I get hired to do a job, I deliver. Jaina covers her mouth with a hand, a horrified expression on her face. Oh God, I killed someone. That man is dead because of me. From the sound of that explosion, I guess that you killed a fair number of someones. Alishire and his bodyguards at the very least, and probably a good half-dozen more. A morbid grin creases the mage's thin-lipped mouth. That makes you a mass murderer, Mouse. You're moving up in the world. A sob racks her chest. She begins to hyperventilate. I can never get away from this. This is going to follow me for the rest of my life. I kill people. I'm a fucking murderer. Say it louder, why don't you? I don't think they heard you in France. I haven't heard a response from you, Cyber Ninja. Shall I make the preparations for your post-run interview? Are you ready to continue your test? I'm looking forward to hearing what you have to say about this, Dwyer. I'll see you soon. Very good. I'll be waiting. Yeah, that was to be expected too, because no part of a hack needed a canister there. So obviously what she did was rigged it so that whatever kind of circuitry passed through and kaboom. Makes sense. It was probably rigged so that, well, no, I can't say that. I was going to say it's probably rigged so that when we entered the cams, it would ignite the tank, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think I read that. That's alright, it wasn't important. It just basically said we returned home. I mean, I didn't read it aloud, but I did read it. The game was trying to tell me stuff. Notify Luca Dwyer that his task is complete. I have 4. Let's go ahead and get Charisma 4. Now the problem is, what do I choose for my next etiquette? Hello? I did not do that properly. So I have Shadowrunner right now. Security would be nice, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to keep running into security. So far I've seen corporate and I've seen security. And I think I've seen academic too, actually. Let's go security. Yeah, let's go security. Now that I have Charisma 4, I'll probably focus again on decking, I suppose. I don't know. I feel like it's a waste to keep going up on decking, just with the amount that we do actually deck and the amount of combat I get into. But my combat game feels strong. Like, even when I'm not with my actual team, we held our own. So I don't think I need to really worry about combat. Cyber Ninja, welcome back, and my congratulations on a job well done. If you wanted Alshire dead, you could have just said so. I'd taken the job either way. He nods thoughtfully. Good to know, but the purpose of this test is to gauge your adaptability. We need to know that you'll be willing to do what we tell you to do, regardless of your personal feelings on the matter. We need to know that you'll roll with the punches if circumstances change mid-run. Many of your colleagues in the Shadow community have overinflated egos. They let their personal feelings interfere with their work. My organization needs to know that you will see tasks that we assign you through, no matter what. I'll say nothing. The true purpose of the run that you just went on was to test your willingness to adapt to change. You're still being tested, by the way. If you work for my organization, you may be asked to do things that you find morally troubling. Sometimes it might even appear that we are lying to you, but you can take comfort in knowing that everything that we request of you is ultimately for the greater good. What is this greater good? Define it for me. You can't see the big picture. I can't either. I am, again, just a mouthpiece. The only one who knows my organization's ultimate ends are its ruling council, and they aren't in the practice of sharing information with their hirelings. But know that they are some of the most intelligent men on this planet, and they place a high priority in social order and stability, and those are good things by anyone's standards. So, he stares you in the eye. What do you think of all that? Every client I've ever worked for has kept secrets. I don't see how this is any different. After a brief pause, he nods, then reaches forward and places the cred stick onto your hand. Congratulations, you have passed your audition. Welcome to the payroll. So what happens now? Now we part ways. Don't worry, I'll call you when your services are needed. He taps a neatly trimmed fingernail against the earpiece of his comlink. When I contact you with a new task, the choice of whether to take it or leave it will be yours. If you take it, return here and I'll pay you a fair sum for your services. If you leave it, well, there are some in my organization who will be quite unhappy. Good to know. I suppose I'll be waiting to hear from you then. Very good. I'll be in touch. We're making chump change off these jobs, but I mean, we gotta start somewhere. 3,800. Let's go and find a real job now. Get that good H2O. Say hi to Dante, of course. Jump on the mission computer, see if I have any messages. Nope. Let's access the BBS there. I have more pay data? No, I don't. That's what I thought. 414 yen. That's not bad. Open the jobs directory. Let's claim the payment for the humanist data steal. Here's your payment as promised. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox. Your payment details. What a cheesy bastard. So he was supposed to pay us 22,500 yen. Crew salary was 6,000. Ammunition resupply cost was 1,500. Automatic deduction for Alice funds. Okay, never mind. So it was evenly. Okay, I see what it's saying there. Pending and active jobs. There's a Mark 6 prototype extraction. Let's see what that's about. Amsel's face winks onto the screen. Cyber Ninja, here you will find the complete transcript of my conversation with Herr Schmidt, a potential client. As you will see, the details of the job are a bit more vague than I would like, but the payout is quite substantial. After reading the transcript, you may choose whether or not to accept the job. If you respond in the affirmative, our client will be notified, and I'll make all necessary preparations for the run. One other thing. Herr Schmidt provides me with a device to assist you on the run. He calls it a little black box. Apparently, it can be used to compromise the power and security systems on the run site. If you opt to take the job, be sure to take it with you. Amsel's image flickers, then winks away. A moment later, glowing blue text field begins to scroll up from the bottom of the screen. Greetings, Herr Amsel. I trust that this connection is secure? Naturally. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Call me Herr Schmidt. Very well, Herr Schmidt. You have some business for me? Indeed, I have a job for your team. A simple matter. Judging by what I've heard of your team, I imagine that they will be well suited to the task. Go on. The interests that I represent have learned that AG Chimie Europa is working on a company-wide project, something very secret, very new. Reliable sources inform me that they're keeping a working prototype of this new venture at their Berlin facility. I see. And your employers wish us to acquire this prototype for them? Naturally. What is this project? If you want my team to grab the prototype for you, they'll need to know what they're looking for. I'm not at liberty to say. I can tell you that the prototype has been branded Mark 6. I can also tell you that the team will find it on the 25th floor of the Berlin facility in the office of one Albert Hirschhoff. Further, I can assist your team in disabling building security and gaining access to the 24th floor. From there, however, they will be on their own. Such vagueness can be dangerous. Herr Schmidt, I will not commit my team to a run without a better understanding of what the job entails. Facing such dangers is the purpose of a Shadowrunner, Herr Amsel. Your team will be rewarded handsomely for their services. My employers have set aside 20,000 yen for the job. Consider it hazard paid if you wish. Make it 2,500 yen, or look somewhere else. 22,500 yen. Final offer. Very well. I'll pass your offer on to my team. Are there any further details that can be provided? Hochschaffer's office will be locked behind a vault door. The lock is old-fashioned, of the mechanical variety. I will provide your team with a copy of the key. I will also supply your team with the little black box, a solid-state device that your team can use to override a variety of building systems. Your team will enter through the facility's underground garage. When your team has acquired the Mark 6, have them exit through the same garage. I will have a van there waiting to extract them. Thank you, Herr Schmidt. I will pass your offer to them. Good day, Herr Amsel. The text field disappears. A single line of text pops onto the center of the screen, taking its place. Accept job. Y or N. Let's accept the job. Run accepted. Client notification sent. You take the little black box from the desk and pocket it before returning your attention to the screen. Let's walk away and let's start this job then. I shouldn't have anything in my storage. I think I barely have anything on me, yeah. Just have to be sure. I don't think I'm going to buy any new stuff yet to 7,900 yen. I don't really need new gear yet, so. Board our train. Where would you like to travel? Assemble the team and travel to the AG Chimie Europa facility to extract the Mark 6 prototype. It's a mouthful. I only get one person, huh? I feel like Blitz is the guy to... Oh no, I get 3. Okay. I thought I only got one. We're definitely taking Blitz, though. Because I feel like it might benefit me to have him on the team here for this one. Iger naturally, because we need that support. I don't know if we take Dietrich or Glory here. Dietrich. We'll let Glory sit this one out. Mark 6. Monolithic, plastic, sterile. The Berlin office of AG Chami Europa is all of these things and more. The worst qualities of modern corporate culture all mixed into a toxic stew and sluiced into a single prefab office building. Thankfully, you shouldn't have to stay long. According to the intel that your client provided, this should be a simple smash and grab operation, and you'd be given the tools to carry it out with a minimum of fuss. The Mark 6 prototype, whatever it is waiting for you on the 25th floor. It's time to go and get it. Yeah, I'm ready. Alright. Forgot he has his drone too. Reach the 25th floor. Shut down building security. There's medical supplies there. Let's go ahead and grab those. Shipping crates. These crates have been sealed. The only visible marking are Project Atlas. Maintenance console. After a few moments of sifting through cables, you find a diagnostic connector with the right input to fit the little black box that Hirschmidt gave you. Let's plug it in. The connector slips into the box with a satisfying click. A tiny red light set into the box's lid begins flashing. After a few seconds, it turns solid yellow and then flashing, shifting to green. At that instant, all of the lights in the garage turn off. A few seconds later, the emergency lights kick in. If what Schmidt told us was true, you've just killed the main power for most of the building. In theory, the box has also circumvented the security cameras on the building's upper floors. You should be able to intercept the camera feeds by tapping into an elevator console on the 24th floor. Handy little thing. Alright team, let's go. Without warning, your comlink screen bursts into static. You hear a telltale series of clicks. Someone has established an audio connection to your comlink. A moment later, a deep, sonorous voice speaks into your ear. You recognize it instantly. Your lodge contact, Luca Doyer. Simon Ninja, do not speak, just listen. I have a proposition for you. I understand that your team is currently en route to retrieve a package, the Mark 6 prototype, if I'm not mistaken. My associate and I are interested in acquiring the Mark 6 for our own studies. We would like you to deliver the device to us. Once you acquired the Mark 6, you will proceed back to the garage as planned. Then you will find a transport parked beside your client's van. Load the Mark 6 into the transport and you will be rewarded. Hirschmidt will also be dealt with to protect you from reprisal. To accept our offer, simply proceed as instructed and return the prototype to us. Please note that we need the Mark 6 in undamaged condition. It is not in full working order. It is useless to us. As you know, our organization takes good care of its friends. It would be to your advantage to help us. Good day. The line goes dead with a click. A moment later, the sound of your teammates' calm chatter floods back into your ear. Say nothing. Let's take the elevator. As long as I get paid if I deliver it to the lodge, then yeah. If they don't pay me, then I'm not doing it. Again. Iger indicates a console built into the wall beside the elevator. This looks like the elevator console. The camera feeds should have been routed here. It only takes a moment to connect to your PDA, and immediately visual feeds from all over the building begin to flood in. We're in, people. Let's move. Okay, so I want to avoid that. Let's head this way. Sign. Laboratory observation. warning light strobes out from the console at your approach. Large white letters streak out against a red background. Warning, toxic contaminant detected. COCI2 phosgene gas. Hazardous material override engaged. Laboratory entrances locked down. Input command. Of course, another Biotech 3 fucking... Let's walk away. I don't know enough about that. There's a bunch of stuff in there, but... Containment detector. Warning, toxic gas detected. Laboratory lockdown engaged. Laboratory entrance. Let's check out those record terminals. Records terminal. Maybe I can find some information in there. About whatever the hell that gas is. Welcome to the AGC Data Library Archive and Employee Record System. Enter search terms to begin. Search the archive. Oh, fuck, what is it? COCI2. COCI2, commonly known as the phosgene gas, a highly toxic, colorless gas that gained infamy for its use as a chemical weapon during the First World War. It is also valued as an industrial reagent and as a building block from which pharmaceuticals and other organic compounds can be synthesized. So it's just toxic. In low concentrations, its odor is reminiscent of freshly cut grass. The odor detection threshold for phosgene is 0.4 ppm, 4 times its threshold limit value. Phosgene-related deaths are generally caused by the interaction of the gas and the proteins of the pulmonary alveoli. The end result of this interaction is the destruction of the blood-air barrier, preventing the transmission of oxygen to the blood. Death by suffocation inevitably follows. It is highly recommended that any employee working in or around this gas wears a detector badge. A suitable supply of NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate for liquid phosgene, and H3, ammonia for gaseous phosgene, must be kept on hand to neutralize spills and leakages. Okay. So let me head back to that. Because I want to get in there. I want to know what's in there. There's a whole bunch of shit in there. So if it's just a toxic gas, I should be able to vent that room then. But there was a spill there. That drone's zooming, oh my god. Okay, so... Purge laboratory air. Warning, this action will result in the venting of containments to exterior atmosphere. Let's use our decking 4. Forge a level 5 authorization. Authorization accepted. Initiating purge of laboratory atmosphere. The distant whir of a powerful fan system fills the air. Papers and other loose objects within the lab begin to flutter and roll as a powerful wind disturbs their rest. Atmosphere purge. No contaminants detected. Disengaging lockdown. See, it pays to have decking in situations like that, but I mean when it comes to combat, like, it doesn't help me. Apparently it also pays to have Biotech 3, but... Let's check this guy out. The scientist lays dead beside a small pile of smashed glass, and a number of beakers have been knocked over on the nearby table. Let's check the terminal first. This computer is powered on but in sleep mode. When the screen comes to life, you find a half-written text file on the screen. The timestamp on the most recent edit tells you that it was written just a few minutes ago. I didn't sleep last night. Doesn't look like I'm going to sleep tonight either. The last test batch failed. My fault. I got the mixture wrong. Sloppy work, Jensen. I can barely keep my eyes open. Gotta try again, though. No excuses in this office. I despise relying on stimulants, but I've got no choice. Gotta keep going. Progress marches on. Starting a new batch. If Hushfur's pet isn't ready to be tested tomorrow, well, best not to think about that. Gotta concentrate. Remember lab safety. Keep alert, keep awake. One wrong move could spell disaster. Glancing at the menu, it looks like there are log entries reaching back for 2 weeks. All of the entries are attributed to the same author, and none of them appear to be password protected. Let's read the entry dated 2 weeks ago. The new formula arrived today, Formula 17. I swear whoever names these things must have no imagination at all. Formula 17, honestly. Still, I can't wait to start working with it. From what I've read, early clinical trials were promising in the extreme. Amazingly potent this stuff, and increased potency means less frequent injections. At a lower dosage, there's nothing not to like. Despite my enthusiasm, there is still much to be done. Speeding up absorption rates is first on the list, and I have some concerns regarding the subject's immune reactions. Perhaps the formula could be tailored on a patient-by-patient basis. Read the entry dated last week. Tailoring doses to individual patients have worked wonders. The key was taking a gene therapy-based approach. They've been using it in the medication for ages, so why not apply the same logic here? So, in a nutshell, I've used the subject's own DNA to delude their immune system into believing that Formula 17 belongs in their bodies. Simple and effective. This approach has helped to increase the formula's absorption rate, as well as significantly reducing incidences of rejection. Unfortunately, it also rules out an easily mass-produced product, but I am convinced that the result will justify the additional costs. Read yesterday's entry. A week. He waits an entire week before telling me that tailoring the mixture isn't an acceptable solution. And then he tells me that the trials are going to begin tomorrow. I have no time, and Guy's Brecht's applying so much pressure that I can barely think. Bastard. Hashoff's probably threatening him. All of them can rot. Maybe now that Hashoff's playing heat the sheets with Brecht's secretary, he'll learn to lighten up. We can only hope. Anyway, I have some new ideas to move forward with the formula. Admittedly, they're far-fetched, possibly even dangerous, but if I don't start producing some results, I get the feeling that it won't be my problem for much longer. Wish me luck, journal. It's science time. That was all the entries there. What is this over here? Jazz, of course. Take the medical supplies. Let's check out this note. On the computer is a note, carefully transcribed in neat handwriting. The paper bears the letterhead of Senior Executive Leonard Stormberg. I'm still waiting for that report. When I said ASAP, I meant it. I need it yesterday. Stay until you've completed the tests, then leave the report on my desk. The door code is 54139. Do this tonight. I'll expect to see it waiting for me when I arrive tomorrow. Stormberg. I don't know what door that could possibly... Well, that door, actually. Medical supplies in there, so let's go ahead and check that remote. What'd that say? It says building maintenance. Right on. Let's swap it with the jazz, because I'm not going to use the jazz on the run. What does this say? Junior Executive Werner Herderger. Man, I hate reading this. It's at the bar. On the bar are a number of bottles of alcohol. Most of them look expensive. Okay, so there's an etiquette, of course. Let's leave them. I don't really care for them. At first glance, the terminal appears unremarkable. It's password locked and a cheerful screensaver marches across its display. Inspect the terminal. Upon closer inspection, you notice something interspersed among the colorful bouncing sprites of the screensaver. There's a symbol that you recognize, the dead drop marker of the Schwachwellen writer. As you study the display, a green light winks on above the terminal's display, the recording light of a pinhole camera. The screensaver disappears and the screen floods with glowing green text. Welcome, Cyber Ninja. Secret projects. This is an open request for information about the project and material prototypes being developed at this facility. It is known that a synthetic drug is being developed here in support of a project called Atlas. In addition, a functional prototype called Mark 6 has been developed. The first contributor has to provide us with the project data for Atlas. The chemical